Hello participants, thank you very much for your help with our study about self-compassion and imposter phenomenon. As you may have read in the informed consent, to participate in this study, you'll be asked to complete 3 surveys and 4 online modules. The 4 online modules will be sent through emails to you over 4 weeks. All the modules will consist of a short introduction of self-compassion and some short guided exercises. This is the first module. In this one, we will talk about imposter phenomenon, self-compassion, and we'll end with exercises and a few questions. The module will take about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you very much for your time and effort. Let's get started with the introduction. The imposter phenomenon refers to the psychological experiences of believing that one's accomplishments are a result of external factors, including luck, charm, and extraordinary effort. Individuals who experience imposter phenomenon often find it difficult to internalize their successes despite their achievement. They tend to experience persistent fear of failure and fear of being discovered as fraud or imposters. Here are some of the feelings they might experience. Feeling afraid that people might find out they're not as capable as others think they are. Feeling disappointed in their achievements because they believe they should have done much more. And constantly comparing themselves to others and believing that they don't belong because others seem to be more competent. Research studies have shown that imposter phenomenon is associated with depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Now let's take a look at self-compassion. Self-compassion involves treating yourself the way you would treat a friend who is having a hard time. Even if your friend made a mistake, or is feeling inadequate, or is facing a really tough life challenge. Self-compassion is a practice in which we learn to be a good friend to ourselves when we need it, to become an inner ally rather than an inner enemy. Although a simple way to think about self-compassion is to treat yourself as you would treat a good friend, the more complete definition of self-compassion involves 3 core elements. First, mindfulness, which means being aware of moment-to-moment experience in a clear and balanced manner. Instead of ruminating on your thoughts or feelings, you accept them and observe them. Second, common humanity, which is this idea that all humans are flawed works in progress. Everyone makes mistakes. Lastly, self-kindness, that is, offering ourselves warmth and unconditional acceptance. However, many people have misgivings about whether it's good to be self-compassionate or whether we can be too self-compassionate. Here are some common misconceptions about self-compassion. Some people might fear that self-compassion is just a form of self-pity. In fact, self-compassion is a remedy to self-pity. While self-pity says, "Poor me," self-compassion recognizes that life is hard for everyone. Research shows that self-compassionate people are more likely to engage in perspective taking rather than focusing on their own distress. They're also less likely to ruminate on how bad things are, which is one of the reasons self-compassionate people have better mental health. When we are self-compassionate, we remember that everyone suffers from time to time, and we don't exaggerate the extent of our struggles. Self-compassion is not poor me attitude. Another big fear is that self-compassion will make us weak and vulnerable. In fact, self-compassion is a reliable source of inner strength that confers courage and enhances resilience when we're faced with difficulties. Research shows self-compassionate people are better able to cope with tough situations like trauma, relationship difficulties, or chronic pain. Another big fear is that self-compassion is really a form of making excuses for bad behaviors. However, self-compassion actually provides the safety that's needed to admit mistakes rather than needing to blame someone else for them. Research shows that self-compassionate people take greater personal responsibility for their actions and are more likely to apologize if they have offended someone. Another misconception about self-compassion is that self-compassion can result in lower motivation to achieve. And those people tend to believe self-criticism is an effective motivator, but oftentimes it's not. Self-criticism tends to undermine our self-confidence and leads to fear of failure. If we're self-compassionate, we'll still be able to motivate ourselves to reach our goals, not because we're inadequate, but because we care about ourselves and we want to reach our full potential. Research shows that self-compassionate people have high personal standards. They just don't beat themselves up when they fail. This means they're less afraid of failure and are more likely to try again and to persist in their efforts after failing. Here's what research has found about the benefits of self-compassion. People who are more self-compassionate experience greater well-being. They experience less depression, anxiety, stress, and shame, and experience more happiness, life satisfaction, self-confidence, and physical health. Okay, so that's all for this short video. After this video, please remember to complete the questions about the video and also the guided exercises. Those are going to be short. I thank you so much for your participation, and I'll look forward to meeting with you all in the next module. Okay, have a nice day.